All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a live episode of the Adaptive Athlete Podcast. It is Saturday morning here in sunny Florida. Apparently, we're getting a cold snap next week. I don't know what to do with this cold, but I think we might have some of you watching on the West Coast at 7 a.m. there. Again, to all my friends in England, I was actually just talking to the athlete Natalie Southlaw, recording a podcast episode for CP Awareness Month. I think it's like the afternoon over there. And then to all of our friends in Australia, love you guys. It's the middle of the night. So if you're joining us, thanks so much. It is also the middle of the night on a Saturday night. So you might be wilding joining some adaptive fitness. Hey, I've got a special guest today. It is Cowboy Dave, Dave Needham. You might know him from the Adaptive CrossFit Games. He was behind the scenes doing all these videos telling us how he set up the convention center in Las Vegas. He's a feature when you go to the Adaptive CrossFit Games, a great member of the community. And he's here joining us to talk about what to expect for the 2026 Adaptive CrossFit Games. Dave Needham, Cowboy Dave, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to get to talk to you and especially share a little information with the community.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Little nuggets.
That's
Little
right.
nuggets for people to know all about. Well, as we wait for people to kind of join the show a little bit more, what do you have on the docket today for you?
So I'll be leaving from here, going back to the gym. My wife is coaching the 2 morning classes, and then we're going to work out. We're going to look at a couple of houses, and then come home, probably have some Chick-fil-A and watch some movie thing that she's been watching. So
Okay, like a movie thing,
okay.
like a big series.
It's a series. I don't know what the series is, but I watch all the series with her. So we just finished Survivor.
Okay. You mean
So
like the season of Survivor, Jeff Probst, like season
yes.
50.
Yeah. Well, not season 50. Season 50 hasn't come out yet, but
Okay.
she started watching season 1 like 9 months ago. And so she's gone through all 49 seasons over the last 9 months to be prepared for season 50.
Oh my gosh. My son went through a big Survivor phase, and then we threw him a Survivor themed birthday party, and I dressed up as Jeff Probst. And that was phenomenal.
When he won something, did you throw your arms up but didn't straighten your elbows?
100%. 100%. I did. This was my vibe for it. I was like, yeah. Like did I? And I had on like the blue like Columbia button-up shirt. It was fantastic. I'm just taking a look here at one thing on my live stream side of things. Dupe. And yeah. Okay, cool. Groovy. This is actually happening. Okay, so Dave, I've got so much stuff I want to talk to you about related to the Adaptive CrossFit Games, what's happening in San Jose. You were there not too long ago. When were you in San Jose?
About a couple months ago, I went down to do the site visit for our team. I have a best friend that lives down there, and he's got a 6-month-old, so I went also to see them. My goddaughter's down there too, so it was a great time to do both because they're very close. He lives just north of San Francisco. But I went down and I spent a couple days at the convention center, just kind of panning things out, taking video, kind of seeing what the lay of the land was for our team, because our team hadn't gone out there as like other teams had been able to.
Yeah. Okay. So you were seeing that convention center for the first time, and I've actually got your video right here of the convention center. Let's hop right into this. So I'm going to throw it up here. We're going to go like this, I think. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to scrub through this thing. So what are we looking at right now?
So right now, this is out the main entrance of the convention center. Across, if you pause it for a second, across the street, there is public transportation, and then it's a big sidewalks to walk from all the hotels in the area.
Okay. So if we're staying somewhere close by, it's pretty easy to get to this place.
Yeah, it's very easy and walkable. There's 3 hotels that are like within walkable distance.
And wheeling distance?
Wheeling distance. I mean short, like 5 minutes short.
Yeah. Great. So the San Jose McEnery Convention Center, we're going inside. Yep.
So this is the kind of the main entryway when you get in here. There is stairs, there are escalators on either side, and then there are a elevator in the back for
Like
anybody
towards
that,
that back. Okay.
yeah, that's kind of like hidden underneath. And if you can imagine, this is like a basement level for this convention center.
Okay. So this is like street level.
So this is like street level, and then you'll go up as I walk up these stairs to the main floor.
Okay. And so this will be the floor where the event is.
Yeah, so right now what we're looking at is where Vendor Village is going to be.
Ooh.
And so as
Oh,
we roll through, we'll have a nice entry point, and then Vendor Village for us is going to be out here in this main lobby area.
and when you say us, it's not just adaptives who are going to be here in the convention center, right?
Right. So we're teamed up with all of the divisional games this year. So Masters is going to go 3 days before us. So they'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we are partnered up with Teens this year to do
Okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll all kind of mesh together. The beauty of this is that all the vendors get to be there all week. So if you get there early, your vendor is going to be there and they'll have access to it all week.
Oh, that is so cool. Okay. Okay. Is in terms of the schedule, is Thursday like a transition day? Like is it going to be like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Masters, Thursday a day off, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday adaptives, or is that not public yet?
So the way it's going to run is Masters is actually going Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have kind of designed very little need for transition because we're all working together so well.
Yeah.
And then we have transition from like 5 to like midnight that night on Thursday, and then we'll roll into it. But all the registration and all of the like being able to go through the vendor village space, you can do ahead of time if you're going at the second half of the weekend.
Okay. And then right through that door is the competition space.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's hall 1.
Okay.
And I'm kind of walking around here showing like, oh, there's going to be some stuff out there. There's going to be vendors everywhere. And at some point I get like a game show host and I'm like, vendors, 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 vendors.
Vendors everywhere. But I love that because I feel like when we would show up to register for the games, it's like you're getting all your stuff, but also the vendors are all getting set up.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time you really settle into like wanting to go check out Vendor Village, well, you're in the middle of your competition. And so as an athlete, I always felt like my time in Vendor Village was limited because there was just never a good time to go check it out. The 2 days before comp, when you're kind of settling in, the vendors are also still really getting set up. So it'll be nice to kind of have them set, I guess, when we arrive to check in. Yeah.
And we're going to have a separate vendor village than the actual main CrossFit Games.
Right, because so this is a separate venue than
Mm-hmm.
where the main CrossFit Games are happening.
Yeah, they'll be at the SAP Center, and they're going to have their vendor village, and then we're going to have ours. And there may be some more details come out to being able to have access to both and kind of what that looks like. So that way, you know, if somebody gets there on like a Tuesday to watch Masters, get checked in, see all the vendors early, they can also go over there and kind of check out what the vendors are.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
All right, so this is the hall. So this is the main hallway that's going to be in between the actual space and our warm-up athlete area and recovery area and maybe a couple other things. So imagine if you pause it right there, that is a wall that disappears.
Okay.
So that wall is going to be completely open, and it is into 22,000 square feet, where half of that is going to be the warm-up area, and then the other half is going to be athlete hangout and recovery. For now, we might have some other plans that we can't disclose at this moment, but that's the start.
So I think at this moment, I'm going to share my screen real quick because I think there's something that'll help athletes kind of see what's happening here.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. It just went up all on its own. So that hallway that you are looking in right now with your camera is that hallway that my mouse clickers on right now, right?
Yes. Yep. And that's going to be the entry point for everybody to get into the main arena and to the warm-up area and recovery.
And so hall 1 is your main arena.
Hall 1. Yep. So 43,000 square feet.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I see. And then the 22,000 square feet is for these 8 rooms that are over here.
Yeah.
In total.
And wow. they're 8 rooms, but they open up to one big room.
Sure. Yeah. This guy ballrooms. Ballrooms. Okay. He knows what's up. Okay. We're going to go back to your video. Hold on 1 second. Wait for it. There we go. Okay. So now we're looking into that hall 1. That's hall 1, 2, 3.
That's hall 1, 2, 3 because they don't have any of the walls up. And there's If you kind of go halfway up on the video, there's a little ledge that comes down from the ceiling. That's where the walls are.
Okay.
Gotcha. So, and I kind of point to it a little bit.
Yeah, let's get back there. There we go.
But yeah, it's a large area. So that little spot that is right where my thumb's at.
Yeah.
That thing goes all the way across, and that's going to be blocked off for the edge of hall 1.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Hey, I got a trivia question for anybody who's watching and wants to see if they can guess square footage real well. If you were at the 2025 games, can you guess the square footage of Vegas? So you saw on the screen share that I did that the square footage we're working with for San Jose is 43,000 plus 22,000. So I think we're looking at 65,000 square feet of competition space. But can you guess the square footage of the space we were in Vegas? I'll leave that up while we keep scrubbing through the video. And if we get anybody who's got some guesses, we'll see. So this will be the competition space.
Yep. So this will be the competition space. So in the back, it's got medical and a couple bathrooms. And on the front side, it's got a couple bathrooms.
There we go. So those greens are probably bathrooms back there. And
yeah, the greens are all the entry and exit points.
Okay, gotcha. And how many floors are we talking since we're tagging up with teens?
Well, we have a nice layout to get everybody in there. It could be 2 floors. It could be 1 big floor. The design is still getting finalized.
Okay.
And we won't share it until it gets finalized because it needs approval from all 3 divisional games. And then we're going to bump it with CrossFit to make sure that we didn't miss anything because they do it extremely well.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. So that's that room. And then I think we're going to see that other 2,200 square foot room momentarily.
Yes.
Wait for it. Bleachers.
Yeah, so this year when we designed the floors, if you pause it, when we designed the main floor, we wanted to give spectators the best ability to view the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a bunch of little tweaks that went through the design process in order to improve the spectator experience, because for our games, it is the most important thing is we want to make sure that all friends, family, anybody get to see their people working out.
Yep, that makes sense. Cool. All right, so now we're walking into these 8 ballrooms that are kind of going to be all opened up.
Yeah, they had an event going on when I was there. But it wasn't active, so they were like, yeah, you can go in and kind of look around. But this is where I'm at the end of where like athlete hangout and recovery is going to be. The far end is going to be where the warm-up floor is, and then there's going to be a nice walkout point from there across the hall to the main floor.
Okay, cool. And that'll be pretty open in terms of like from this space, you'd be able to see the competition floor.
Yeah, so if you go back to that.
Yeah.
And so kind of pause right there. So where those screens are, that is a wall that is not going to be there.
Okay.
On the other side, there is several big garage doors. And so that'll be your entry points into the main floor.
Got it. So as you're looking at, I got to take that down first. Hold on one second. So as you're looking at this area over here, there will be garage doors that open up on this side.
No, that'll be the accordion style doors that won't be there.
Then
the whole wall will be open.
It'll be garage doors on this side of hall 1.
Yeah, on the edge of hall 1.
Okay. Yep. Gotcha. Cool. Got it. All right, and we're back to the video. Boom. Cool. And Dave is pointing. Will we have this mood lighting? Will we have this mood lighting in there? Can I just be real?
No, we will not.
Come on.
Sounds dangerous.
This gives like WFP vibes, okay? I want this so much. Okay, so this is the outdoor area then.
Yes.
Where we can recover, hang out. You said that this will be available to us as well?
This is potentially available to us. Okay, we don't know what we're going to do with it yet, but we have the option of doing that.
And that on the map is like this guy over here.
Yep. That's that little gray box right there.
Okay, cool. Groovy. Awesome. Let's go back to and finish up your video. So we're going back down the escalator and you got free coffee.
I found some coffee for the event that was going on in that room. And I was like, oh, it's free.
You just have to sign up for whole life insurance.
Right.
Don't do it, dude. It's a trap. Dave Ramsey
Right.
says it's a trap.
For $16.99 a day,
Right.
it can be yours.
That or a timeshare, either one. But hey, you got free coffee.
That's right. That's right. For 8 hours of your time, you get a free cup of coffee.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so for people who are watching, that was the rundown of the space. Again, I'll throw this PDF up on the screen here so that everybody can see that. So this is what we were talking about, what Dave was walking us through on video, and I've actually got another slide here. If I go here, there we go. So this is where Dave walked in at. So the entrance where he walked in at, then he went up the escalators, and then that's what brought him up to the second level, which is where the competition will be. Hall 1 is going to be the main hall. So again, for anybody watching, if you want to comment and take some guesses on square footage of Vegas, you heard that the square footage that we're going to be working with for this year is 65,000. If you have any guesses at the square footage of Vegas, I'd be interested to know how good you all are at your dimensional awareness. It'd be interesting. Okay, so Dave, you've also got something else really interesting to share with the community that you're going to be doing with Cowboy Carl.
Yes. So this year, as everybody knows, there's 2 Cowboys on the team. Who was the first? Who's the best? And so we're going to figure it out in the open.
We're going to settle it once and for all.
Settle it. So we've decided that we're going to go head to head in the open. We're going to do the able-bodied workouts. And then Kevin has chosen 3 different adaptations for us to do the workouts in. And we need the community to vote on which workout and which adaptation is going to go with the workout before we know the workouts. So he has picked seated 2, vision, and upper 1 point.
Okay.
And so now we need the community to tell us which adaptation goes with which open workout.
Without knowing the open workouts. So
we're
just going to guess. We're going to be like, okay, 26.1, we want to see you do it vision, which I would assume you're going to do it blindfolded.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. And then 26.2, let's say we want you to do it upper 1 point. So you would take your non-dominant arm, I would assume, and kind of like attach it to your body and not use it for the workout. Hopefully there's wall balls. Would love to see that. And then 26.3, you'll do it seated, essentially, in a wheelchair.
That's correct.
Okay. So we, as the community, get to pick which adaptation you do for which workout.
Yes.
Love that. Okay. How are we going to do that? Are we going to have polls going on your Instagram page, Wheelwad's Instagram page? Is there a place people should look for that?
So they should definitely look for it in the Instagram stories.
Okay.
So cool. It'll go up on the Wheelwad Instagram stories. We'll tag you so you can share it. So then people will vote there, and then whatever gets the biggest percentage for each workout is going to be what we do.
It's going to be how we do it. How we do it. I love that. Again, if anybody watching wants to weigh in with their vote for 26.1, 2, and 3, which one they want to see them do with which adaptation, that'd be cool. Are you guys going to do those on the live shows, or are you going to do a separate live show then and kind of put that out of you guys?
We're going to videotape ourselves doing it outside of the normal realm. The live show is going to be to highlight the athletes that are doing the actual open. We're going to do just us videoing it to show that like these people that are in the divisions are incredibly fit comparatively to what anybody else in the world thinks. So we're going to try to show, hey, we're able-bodied, fit individuals, and we are going to get crushed by the people in these divisions.
Yeah. Cool. So David Piper wants to know if he can vote more than once. David, if you've got a burner account, man, go to town. Vote more than once, man. Get your family voting. You can make it happen, dude. And David, thanks for watching, man. I always appreciate the support.
And you'll get 1 vote per workout, so you get 3 votes essentially.
That's true. Yeah. And if you just really want to see Cowboy Dave suffer, like you can just put like I don't know, upper 1 point, and like skew it all towards upper 1 point. That works.
We are going to do all 3. So.
I know. Yeah. That's true. That's right. What do you want to see in the open? Do you have any like kind of movements that you're looking forward to seeing?
So in my head, right, I watched all the stuff with Dave Castro, and he was like, there's going to be a movement that's not new to us, but new to the open. And the first thing I thought of was, how can we make burpees harder? And I was thinking, a single arm double press.
Oh, yeah. Those have
I
never
was
come
like,
up in
we've
the
never
open.
seen that. It's never come up in the open. It's
Mhm.
simple. It's everybody, has the capacity for it in
Yep,
some form or
dumbbells show up
fashion.
frequently in the open.
So that was my thought for what one of the movements was going to be.
What if it's like, you know how they've been like kind of riffing off of the same thing for point one for the last 2 years, with like burpees and basically a dumbbell movement.
Yeah.
What if it is like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 to death of, oh,
Of,
dumbbell,
dumbbell
single
double
arm
press.
devil press. Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Oh,
rough. And the wonder would be, what did they pair it with?
yeah. Yeah. Oh, God.
Burpees
Curly.
over my wheelchair.
Burpees over my wheelchair. Curly, if you do, please record a video. That
100%.
that would be an amazing. Yeah,
Now,
send it to
now,
Dave Castro.
what do I want for the open? I want a workout that is shoulder to overhead and double unders.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And
nice.
mainly that's the biggest chance that I have to beat my wife in the open.
Bragging rights.
That's it.
Bragging rights. How many
Yeah.
years have you done the open?
This will be my 14th year doing the open.
Okay. Wow.
So my first one was in 2013. And the first workout had the second weight at 135 for a snatch. And I had never snatched that before. So it was a rude awakening to the open.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Here's how this works. All right. Well, let's do some trivia then for people who haven't been around for a long time. So in square footage, this year coming up 65,000. Last year in Vegas, what was the square footage of the room in Vegas?
35,000.
35,000. So we're almost doubling it.
Almost.
Going back a year in San Antonio, a little goofy. What
That's
was
right.
the space in San Antonio?
It was 65,000, and there was about 20,000 square feet that we had roped off that we just didn't use. Because it was like a weird back cubby thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if we were to go back to San Antonio and have that space again for like another year, we would definitely have put another floor over there, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
It would have been easier.
The event planner in me though was actually thinking back to this year's floor plan in Vegas. I just want to congratulate you guys on how well you did in building out that space. It felt like, so back in my youth group days when I was a kid, we built haunted houses. And it was always amazing to build a haunted house because the most important part of a haunted house, right, is the back hallways.
Yeah.
So that you can get places without anybody seeing you. And you guys did a great job in Vegas of creating the back hallways in Vegas, I thought.
Well, I appreciate that. That was I don't want to say a last minute change, but it was like 2 months before the event change. So
yeah,
big props to Leslie Manning on spearheading that to kind of figure out what we need to do. So,
hey, we need space for people to walk.
Yeah,
aren't athletes.
There was a lot of that to where we had gone from a different layout because we were supposed to be in 2 separate areas,
right?
And we were going to have probably about 42,000 square feet. And then they were like, we need to change this because somebody else in the competition needed something else. So here, you guys have 35,000. And Leslie was like, David, let's get to work. And she came up with a lot of stuff. And I just kind of spitballed some ideas and we made it happen.
Yep. And then going back further, we got Raleigh. So Raleigh, I've got the number here for that expo hall. Do you know the size of that expo hall?
I don't. I do know that it has really tall ceilings because it's where the state fair is every year.
It does have really tall ceilings. And the other thing that was gnarly about the Wheelwad Games back then in the Raleigh days is they were like late November, early December, and Raleigh gets chilly. And that place was like just cold. Exterior walls, like it got cold in there.
Yeah.
50,000 square feet.
Oh, that's bigger than I thought it was.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That was my first Wheelwad Games.
Okay. Was 23?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And Raleigh, I was there. I did the score table and disputes that year.
Okay. Wow. Interesting. And then if we go way back for the OOOGs at Neuse River CrossFit, I guess the OOOGs would be like up with like Stouty and Ontario, but I can't go back that far. If someone wants to take us back that far, they can. But Neuse River CrossFit, we were spitballing about like what do you think the size of Neuse River would have been?
I think Neuse River is 4,000 square feet, if I had a guess.
Yeah. So in terms of just the growth of the sport, not just in terms of the number of athletes, but in terms of the square footage of space that we take up, it's just been so cool. to see this
Yeah.
thing just grow and take off and see your team really go to work, just kind of making that space come to life.
I think the best change that has happened is actually the number of athletes that compete.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from the open numbers all the way up through the games. And
Yeah.
in Raleigh, we had up to 100 athletes,
Mm-hmm.
and now we plan on 320. So the number of athletes that have the ability to make it to the games and compete at the highest level has tremendously changed over the years.
Yeah, and I think in my conversation with Kevin last week, he's thinking that we might get over 1,000 in the open, which would just be awesome to get 1,000 athletes registered for the open.
I
So
agree, and it's one
yeah.
of those things. So in able-bodied world, right? I'm like top 50% of men in the world, which
Yeah,
is
yeah.
not fantastic in the CrossFit sense, right? But I do it every year because I want to see my metrics of where I'm at in all the people in my age group, and then all the people in the world. So I just do it as like a marker for me to see, am I improving? Am I not improving? Even
Mm-hmm.
if I have no intention, I don't have any intention of doing semifinals ever, or quarters, or any of that stuff. But I still do the open every year.
Yep. Yep. So one other thing that was standing out to me about the open when I was thinking about like putting yourself on the leaderboard against people, that kind of thing, was I think one of the things that the open gives us is the ability, even if we're not like normally, I think a lot of us just work out for fitness, for our mentality, for that kind of thing. But the open kind of also gives you that ability, if you want to flip that competitive switch within yourself
Mm-hmm.
and really go like, okay, can I push harder than I want to in this workout? Right? Can I do what I need to do to get the results that I want to get in this workout, and then see that work pay off on a leaderboard as well?
Very true. I would add to that having, if you're an individual that is just starting in CrossFit and just starting in the open, right, it also gives you a list of people to reach out to that are in the same
Mm-hmm.
adaptation as you, to say, hey, look, I'm new to this. Can you help? And everybody in our community just is more than willing to do whatever they can for everybody, to like gatekeep secrets, if you will.
Right. 100%. Yeah, I remember my first year when I signed up. Then I reached out to Dustin McCallum, and I was like, "Dude, what's go?" And he just walked me through everything. And then you're friending more people, like you were saying, in your division, getting to know more people, that kind of thing. So I think as we get ready to wrap up, there's one thing that I want to make sure that athletes who are watching this or watch this later know about, and that's that you can to participate in the CrossFit Open. You only have 5 more days to do this, and you're cutting it close at that point, but you need to get classified and registered. And those are two separate things. Classification happens on wheelbot.com, where you
Mm-hmm.
go to wheelbot.com/class-app to get classified. And at the same time, you need to go to Competition Corner and register. When you register, you pick the division that you think is most appropriate for you. And with luck, and hopefully it will line up with your actual classification through Wheelwad, and then you continue on in the open. Worst case scenario, those don't line up and your season will end after the open, but your connection with the community won't end after the open. I want to be like clear on that. Like, even if you're one of those athletes that find yourselves where that mismatch happens and your season ends at the open, there's next year, and the classification will be okay in next year for you to compete and then go further and meet more people and whatnot.
That's very
So
true. And you'll
yeah.
have all the information that you have ready to kind of pair it from year to year.
Right, right. And you'll learn so much. You learn so much every year you do the open.
Yep.
So, Dave, any parting words for the community?
I would just like people to think, when they choose who they want to win between me and Carl, just some outlying stats. I'm 6'1", 210, was a collegiate athlete, and Carl drives a Tesla.
There it is. There it is. Carl drives a Tesla. Guys, that tells you everything you need to know. Is there a betting market for the cowboy thing? Can we go to what is that, Kalashi or whatever it is? Can we go to like a bet market and bet on you guys? Make a prop bet?
That would be good. That like a hey, I'm choosing this and I'm gonna do 50 burpees if I'm not right.
Yes, yes. Is there anything on the line? Are you guys going to put anything on the line?
I don't know. So for me personally in the open, me and my wife have bet on the open every year we've been together. We bet every workout and it gets
Mm.
progressively worse. So the loser, for me and my wife, the loser has to get a tattoo of the winner's choice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, and you as the loser, you get to choose the location and the size. For Carl, I don't know what the bet's going to be. We should leave it to the community to figure out what the bet should be.
That's good. That's good. David Piper threw in, would you swap your hat? So there you go. You could have to give your hat away to someone in the community.
I
Then you
think
would just be Dave.
Well, I would probably get another hat, but they would get an autographed hat.
There you go. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, for anybody watching this, you can participate in figuring out which workouts and adaptations Cowboy Dave and Cowboy Carl do. Dave will post that, or Wheelwad will post that on their Instagram. So follow along with Wheelwad to see that on their story. Cowboy Dave, thanks so much for joining us on Saturday to tell us a little bit more about what we can expect at the games.
Of course, thank you for having me. And if there's any other information that I can share, I'm happy to jump back on.
Okay, awesome, dude. We'll definitely have you back on. Thanks, man. Have a good week. Have a good Saturday, man.
You too.
My brain's not working, guys. It is Saturday morning. I'm a little tired, but I am excited for this upcoming season. I'm excited for the work that Dave and Carl and the entire Wheelwad team are doing to build excitement and anticipation around the Open. So again, the way that you can participate in that, the way that you can get classified and get into it would be to fill out a classification application if you haven't already. And I realize I kind of didn't quite say that the way I wanted to, but essentially at this point, if you fill that out, and you register on Competition Corner, there is a chance that where you think you belong in Competition Corner and where Wheelwad puts you won't be the same, and your season will end after the Open. That's just the reality sometimes in para sports when you have to line up classifications with the appropriate category. But that doesn't mean that you miss out on the community, that you can't be a part of the community, that you can't even just do the semifinals in your game and talk shit with your friends about it on Instagram. You can still do all that stuff. You can still participate in this amazing adaptive community. Because while we are all about fitness, we're also all about a lot more than fitness. We're about supporting each other, being a phone number that someone can call when they're going through a hard time, or just someone you can talk to, like my friend Kyle, and be like, do you struggle with that with CP? That's all a part of the adaptive lived experience. So we talk about stuff like that all the time, by the way, on the Adaptive Athlete Podcast. Give us a follow. We've got episodes coming out every Tuesday for this foreseeable future, definitely through the games, telling stories of adaptive athletes in the CrossFit space and beyond. So I'm Matt Hotho for Cowboy Dave. I'll see you next time.